On the surface, you could boil Gungrave down to a character triangle between Brandon Heat, Harry McDowell, and Maria, but I think that's what causes most people to get confused at the end. Because if you cook it further, it actually reduces down to a story of friendship and redemption between Brandon and Harry. To put it loosely, I imagine Gungrave to be what happened when someone from Japan heard the English expression bros before hoes and mistook it for poetry. Harry McDowell is one of my favorite villains, because when I think back to the friends that were there in that room, when I think back to all the times that I stepped foot into a new city and had to make new friends, the closeness that comes with suffering beside someone else, I realize that I know him. I know where he came from, I know what he's doing, and I know why he's doing it. Harry suffered his wound to dignity a long time ago, having grown up as an unwanted orphan alongside Brandon. But finding himself poor enough and powerless enough to get the wounds he suffered just before this scene are a twist of the knife that jerk him into a new reaction. This scene perfectly sums up and describes the motivations of the villain of Gungrave.
Don't do it, Brandon. You'll end up like me. How can I explain? I was kidding myself, I suppose. No work, all play, partying with my buddies all night, conning women to get their money, spending it on whatever I wanted. There would always be more whenever I needed it. As long as I kept paying my dues to the big boss of the neighborhood, no one gave me any grief. I've been a punk, a rogue, and a scoundrel for too long to be anything else. And the funny thing is, I thought this was the only way I could find the freedom that I wanted. Oh, Harry. Brandon, I want us all to be free.
We will be, Harry.
I don't want to die.
We'll survive. All of us.
That's great. I hope so.
If you've made it this far, all of this is to the point that I believe a solid villain is more than just a bad guy. Harry McDowell eventually goes on to see power as the only road to freedom. The freedom to take what I want and give what I want, he often says. The key to humanizing the character is in the second half of that saying. Harry is at his core a leader, protector, and provider to his friends and loved ones. What makes him a villain isn't necessarily that he joins the mafia and does bad things. It's that he takes the good of his intentions and corrupts them by leaving everyone behind one by one in his quest for power until he can only take, for there is no one left to receive that which he sacrificed everything to give.